Don Lemon might be a little sour right now because he made some comments over the past couple of days talking about women in their prime. Nikki Haley running for president. He said that she was past her prime. Like, she's past her prime. What is she talking about? You know?
I think it's the wrong road to go down. She says people, politicians or something are not in their prime. Nikki Haley isn't in her prime. Sorry. When a woman is considered to be in her prime in her 20s and 30s and maybe 40s.
What are you talking? Wait,
that's not according to me.
Prime for what?
It depends. I mean, it's just like prime. If you look it up, if you Google when is a woman in her prime, it'll say 20s, 30s, and 40s. I don't necessarily.
40s. So I got another.
I'm not saying
decade.
I agree with that. So I think she has to be careful about saying that politicians aren't in their prime.
You need to qualify. Are you talking about prime for like childbearing, or are you talking about
the messenger?
prime
I'm just
for being
saying
president?
What the facts are. Google it. Everybody at home. When is a woman in her prime? It says 20s, 30s, and 40s. And I'm just saying Nikki Haley should be careful about saying that politicians are not in their prime and they need to be in their prime when they serve, because she wouldn't be in her prime according to Google or whatever it is.
He played himself completely. I want you to take a look at this, though. When he's talking, he's only directing on at this woman. I think her name is Poppy Harlow. Don't quote me. I do not know these two girls' names. I don't watch the show. Him and this one with the brown hair, they've been arguing back and forth. It's been explosions, everything. One time she shushed him. She tried to shush him. I mean, it is a petty cat fight between the two. This is silly. Like, dang, Don, like, what are you saying? This doesn't even make any sense. 20s, 30s, 40s, she's past her prime. Okay, in some instance, I understand what you're talking about on a biological level, but when she's talking about running for president, 50, I don't want no 20-year-old president. So what are you saying? So people are calling for his immediate removal from CNN, and he has been off Friday and Monday for President's Day. But that's what they're saying for President's Day. Who knows what's going to happen? But maybe Donna might get back on the screen and say, I'm back. Yeah, I thought I was going, but because he would love to do that. I mean, he would absolutely love to do that. But there's been a lot of complaints. And I don't know on, the scale of Marxism ideology, what goes first, if it's black gay man or if it's woman. I'm not quite sure. So we really have to see what's going to happen. And this has been coming. He's been so lackluster since they took him off his primetime show. The other day he showed up with a hoodie on. I was like, dang. I'm here for it. I am here for the chaos of, I'm here for the drama. Yes, I am. I think it's hilarious. I do. Why? I'm going to show you why.
You have to stop coddling people when it comes to this and the vaccine, saying, oh, you can't shame them. You can't call them stupid. You can't call them silly. Yes, they are. The people who aided and abetted Trump are stupid because they believed his big lie. The people who are not getting vaccines, who are believing the lies on the internet instead of science, it's time to start shaming them. What else? Or leave them behind.
Don Lemon had gotten to the point where he was like, they shouldn't even be able to go to the hospitals, people who aren't jabbed. Like, and I remember being so mad. But I remember thinking, like, Don, you're black and you're gay. How many times were you told that you couldn't do something because of those two things? He got so hyped in this era of Trump that he could say anything. He was cool and he was a victim. He was oppressed and it was, hands up, don't shoot. And it was George Floyd and it was all that. What? But that's the thing is, when you are dealing with news that when you're promoting the narrative and it has no foundation, when we could have real discussions about situations, right? But instead, you promote the ideology and you promote the hype around the narrative, it won't last. What you should have did was stick to what you used to do, keeping it real, because who knows where he could have been today.
Here's just 5 things that you should think about doing. Here's number 5. And if this doesn't apply to you, if you're not doing this, then it doesn't apply to you. I'm not talking about you. Here's number 5. Pull up your pants. Walking around with your ass and your underwear showing is not okay. Number 4 now is the N-word. Now number 3, respect where you live. Start small by not dropping trash, littering in your own communities. Number 2, finish school. You want to break the cycle of poverty? Stop telling kids are acting white because they go to school or they speak proper English. And number 1, and probably the most important, just because you can have a baby, it doesn't mean you should, especially without planning for one or getting married first. More than 72% of children in the African American community are born out of wedlock. That means absent father.
I don't know when CNN, this was from 2013. CNN was based foundational. This was so true. This was so perfect. And he hit every point. And guess what? He didn't blame white supremacy. Okay. He basically is telling people, and he made it clear, if this isn't you, don't worry about it. Right. And he made it clear. And he said, take accountability. That's what this all boils down to. Have value in your property yourself and take accountability. Educate your mind. Right. Wow. Family. He said that was number one. Okay. What happened to this man? Fame took over. And now the Marxists will eat him up too. This girl, Sunny Johnson. So the first thing she does, this is why Republicans will never win. They look at this and see facts instead of stereotypes. Open platform for any who wants to debate. And I said, give me the platform. I want to debate this because how did you turn this into a problem? How is he wrong for saying this? I know what I'm seeing in the jails. He's absolutely right. And times a million now because it's so much more worse in 2013. Okay, what's he saying so wrong? And he made sure to say again, if it doesn't apply to you, don't worry about it. I wish he would have still been this Don Lemon because I would back him in anything independent he decided to do. The other guy talking about jab people need to, we don't need to coddle them and everything. And he got all hype. What a ridiculous. How lost in your mind can you be that excited you? And then he was sitting next to his boy Chris Cuomo, who talked about that. When he left CNN, when they gave him the boot, that he thought about ending himself and others. And this man said this on a podcast. And it's like, he's like, of course I didn't, but I thought about ending other people and me. Bro, there's never any reason. Did everybody hear that? But that's because you guys are so superficial. You like the attention. Now you're just giving real news and nobody's watching. You don't know how to be you because you can still give the real news and get people to watch. Because people come to YouTube for real news. But Chris Cuomo doesn't know who he is without CNN. All right, guys, I'll see you at the next video. Bye.